Sunday morning, Kansas Speedway, round 6 of the NASCAR Championship Chase. Mike Mullin from MikeMullin.net. And I tell you, if Saturday's nationwide race here was any indication of what to expect in Sunday's 400, be a lot of spins, a lot of crashes, and a gas mileage finish. Saturday, they were all running out of gas. And Ricky Stenhouse, he had more gas than anybody else because he crashed earlier, went 2 laps down. Race went 6 laps earlier, longer than it was supposed to, and Kyle Busch, leading, ran out on the last turn of the last lap, and Paul Menard ran out while leading. I'm thinking that's the way it's probably going to be today. Remember a couple of years ago when Greg Biffle won out of gas in the infield grass, and Clint Bowyer, storm clouds coming, Clint Bowyer crosses the finish line ahead of him, and NASCAR said, I don't know, let's get out of Dodge. No, that's Kansas. Oh, we are in Kansas. Where's Toto? I'm not so sure that this isn't going to be a wacky Sunday at Kansas Speedway. Brand new racetrack, new asphalt, Michigan tires, 218-mile-an-hour tires, and they're like sparks on this track here. Going into the first turn, not so sure why NASCAR didn't put out some cones and try to rub some rubber in the high groove. John Darby, the NASCAR director, says it's going to take a lot of gumption, to put it mildly, to get up there in the high groove, 20-degree banking. Remember, this place used to be 15 degrees, and now it's 17 to 20 degrees, and the high groove, they haven't laid much rubber down up there. And that's going to be a faster groove if somebody can get brave enough to get up there. And these drivers, they're just so worn out. On the way to Martinsville for next weekend's 500, let's stop by Phoenix and do a NASCAR tire test. Oh, that's after you do your secret test. That's after we do our secret test. Don't tell Detroit that we're doing a test. I'll tell you, there are enough tests going on right now. It's a wonder we even get to the racetrack on Sunday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday. I tell you, if I was a race driver, I'd be exhausted. And that 213 project NASCAR's hanging its hat on, they've got a lot of marketing pushed into that thing, and it looks to me like it's not only 5 months behind, but it's looking like a boondoggle. I'm not so sure a little bit of sheet metal, which they still haven't decided on, metal, not plastic, is going to make that much of a difference. They got a new chassis under the car, under some of the cars. They're trying to get all these guys to rebuild cars for these tests, and all these guys are trying to beat each other. I don't know, it's a recipe for disaster if you ask me. This is the middle of October and we're still behind on the 213. They should have been testing this stuff in May and June and July. I don't know what to do. Round 6 of the NASCAR Championship Chase, and Dale Earnhardt's still on the sidelines. Went up to Pittsburgh to have a concussion expert check him out. He should be back at Martinsville, but then what's he got to gain? Maybe he should sit out the rest of the year. We'll see. Denny Hamlin, he says he's fine, 100% now. I'm not so sure he was yesterday or the day before. Concussions, big issue in NASCAR right now. I don't know if they have a good rule for dealing with those things at the moment. A lot of questions, but Sunday at Kansas, we're going to run the Kansas 400, and somebody's going to win. And if you ask me, why not Smoke? Smoke knows gas mileage. This is going to be gas mileage. Smoke can survive. He's a survivor. This is going to be a survival race. Me, Tony Stewart, if he can avoid making the chop-off mistake like he did at Talladega. 25 cars on the last lap. Mike Mullin, Sunday morning, Kansas Speedway. Round 6 of the NASCAR Championship Chase.